doing some stuff. I'm about to try to sign Boys and Men. You want to know why? Some people might say, Boys and Men can't sell no records. They're not going to sell like Chris Brown. But think about this though. I bet you didn't know this. Boys and Men made more money than Chris Brown touring last year. So why not appeal to the older them? But think about it. If you sign them and you get a piece of their touring, you get a piece of their show money now. That's why when Jimmy signed New Kids on the Block, I remember everybody was like, New Kids on the Block? You crazy? Who the hell would sign them? But guess what? He sent them on tour. He got a piece of their merchandising. He got a piece of their touring. And they sold out arenas everywhere they went. So who cares if they sell 200,000 records? They're trying to figure out other streams of income. So that's how the game goes. I always say, I could give you examples because I've been tied to a lot of different people. Cardinal Official is our boy. Like, that's my man. He had Dangerous, which sold up was a 1.5 million digital downloads on iTunes. Think about this. He sold 1.5 million digital downloads. He sold 30,000 albums. Flow Rider, 6 million downloads. He sold 30,000 records his first week. Rick Ross, on the other hand, you don't see him popping up #1 through 10 on iTunes with the Magnificent record, but he sells 163,000 records his first week. Some artists are perceived as album artists. Some artists are perceived as single artists, which is that's the reality of the music business. Is how people perceive you and how they gonna treat you. You feel like you know Rick Ross. You've heard him talk. You don't feel like you know Flow Rider. You love his songs. Flow Rider is one of the dope. He's one of the best rappers in the business right now. Period. Yeah, he is. He really is. But do you know anything about him? The only thing I know about him is that he got a lot of sisters. That's all I know about him. And I'm just being real because I read up on artists. That's the one thing I know about. And I know he's a really, really good dude. In person, he's cool. I mess with Flo. He's really cool. My boys wrote a record on the last album and a record on this album. So I make money with these people. All I'm stating is facts. He sells 6 million downloads but 30,000 records. But Young Jeezy, he might not sell a lot of digital downloads, but he's selling a whole lot of records. You understand what I'm trying to say? But then Young Berg might sell 1,000, 1 million digital downloads and no album. You gotta ask. You know what you should do? This is how you should do. Ask yourself, do you want to hear who album you want to hear? Young Berg or Young Jeezy? I focus on singles now because if you have a good, credible artist and you have a dope single, they got a chance. Like Jasmine Sullivan. She came in with I Need You Bad. Had a dope single. She was credible as an artist, so she sold records. She might not have sold a million records, or she might have sold 500,000, but I guarantee people were waiting for that next album. When I sign an act, it depends on the act. Like Verse, on one, for example. Verse did all his music on his own. Now don't get me wrong, I came in the room and approved it. I told him that's not hot. And I came and said, that's crazy. I might have figured out the way to get the music out there, but he did the music. Rock City, on the other hand, I set up a lot of their stuff. But Mika, I try to set stuff up for her, but she's so different that sometimes I tell her, well, you need to let me know what you want to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just different. It all depends on how you feel about the act or how close you are to the act. The disadvantage is it's a dying breed. There's not too many left. So if you get a check, you better be really, really, really happy that you're one of the guys getting a check, because there's not a lot of jobs out there. I mean, think about it. If you really thought about them A&Rs away from a major, you probably would have 100. That's the mentality of A&Rs. It's like, I mean, I'm just happy I'm getting a check. So I do my best to try to make the company as much money. But that's a reality that a lot of people won't say. You don't want to, I mean, if we're in a messy economy, you don't want to lose your job. You're making good money, upwards of 6 figures, and you get fired. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, you got to just, don't sacrifice all your integrity, but, you know, do your best to make money for the company, because then you'll last. It's the biggest mistake. They expect the label to work. The label is not going to work, and they're not going to think. They're not going to think, they're not going to work. That's not what they do. They make your records, and they try to get your spins up. They're stats. They're based on labels like stats, like the stock market. Like they're trying to go with whoever's gonna make the money. And if you don't look like you're gonna make the money, they don't care about you. And there's no disrespect, because would you care about anybody who wasn't gonna make you money? Exactly. Nobody would care. Think about it. Think about it. If you come in the room and let me just tell y'all something. If you come in the room, right, and you in the room and you look like you gonna make me some money, I'm gonna give you the whole building. I'm gonna tell the whole building, get behind him. I had an artist who was signed to a label. I could tell y'all every show. My artist Noah got signed around the same time as Chris Brown and T-Pain. Me not understanding the music business, I'm thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna blow us all up. They're gonna blow us up. Then I start realizing, hold on, at the showcase, Chris the only person performing. Everybody asked us to perform. Or, yo, we get here, we get to the Big Show Power Summit, they tell Noah, you go on first and you only get 2 songs, and I watch T-Pain get a 15-minute show and Chris Brown get a 20-minute show. Now mind you, who's bigger? Chris Brown. T-Pain is big, but they gave Chris Brown more because they felt like they can get a bigger return. Now you know what I'm saying? Exactly. They used to say T-Pain, oh, he's not good looking, we don't know what to do with him. This is early. This is when he had the right when he dyed his dreads blonde, and people was like, what the hell is this guy? But Chris Brown was Usher. Okay, so he could be Usher. You know, it's like Def Jam. I mean, like, no disrespect, but who would you care about more? Rihanna or that group Unladylike? You think, exactly. They got a record, they got a hot record. I like Unladylike. They signed to Def Jam. You wouldn't, who would you, in the room when it's time for the A&R meetings, when it's time for that, and you see, like, damn, that's how much attention this girl get? Like, I remember my first scheduling meeting, I'm with Sylvia. I remember, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm not gonna say the 2 artists because it would sound messed up and I'd be putting too much business out. Well, it was 2 artists who in my mind are both humongous. No, it's actually 3. 3 artists, major artists. Y'all probably can figure it out if y'all want to. One artist got 20 minutes. They talked about that person. I'm not gonna say if it's a male or female. They talked about them for like 20 minutes. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Another artist got like 40 minutes. Okay, let's do this. Make sure you on this. You make sure you get as much press as you can for this. And I'm like, and the last artist got like an hour and a half. It wasn't so long that I had to leave the meeting to go catch a flight. But I remember leaving there saying, they about to blow him out the water. And guess what? He's probably the biggest artist in the world right now, hip hop wise. That's kind of an easy call for y'all to figure out who that last artist is. So he's the biggest artist in the world right now. So, you know who it is. It was Wayne. They gave Wayne an hour and a half, and I remember saying to myself, they about to blow him up. They about to blow him up. It's like when I was mad back then at the label with Noah, because I'm like, man, Noah could be big like Chris Brown. Like, not even, Chris Brown wasn't even big. I was thinking we could all be big together, big together, big together. But they had another plan. Then I started realizing who they assigned our product manager. And I know that's some industry terms, but your product manager is the A&R, but the equal to the A&R, but the marketing side. So Chris had the head of he had the top dog as a product manager. She had the big corner office. Our product manager had a little cubicle. So I'm starting to realize, hold up, these people don't think we gonna be nothing. Like, I'm telling you, if somebody want to know about the music, you just talk to me, because I've done this from every angle, to the point where I've had Rock City who, because they wrote hit records, people care. So it's like when we in the room, Jimmy is with us like, yo, these guys are gonna win no matter what. Only because those guys are making him money. If we didn't make him no money, you think he would care? The music business, that's like me. I might personally love your music, but who you think I'm gonna go with? Whoever's making the most money, because at the end of the day, all you trying to do is last. Don't try to get my seat.